something wrong. Like, all my friends are in relationships, like, talking about settling down, like, thinking about future, like, focus on my friendships more than I focus on a guy. Like, yes, a guy would be nice to have in my life. Drinks together, and he kissed her in front of me, right in front of my face. He kissed her, even though I specifically said to him in the morning I didn't want her at the pre-drinks, but he didn't listen to me. Okay. Hello and welcome back to another video and back to my channel. It is currently, well, I'm saying currently, it's not a vlog. I am back with another video and I'm really excited for this one because I love doing these videos. As you see by the title, if you haven't guessed, I'm doing a chatty get ready with me. But before we get into that, you know, let's do the normal admin stuff. I guess at the beginning it's not really admin at all. But let's just do this. Why is my mirror like I need to clean this. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Please comment down below. Please subscribe. And why is it 10 PM? I'm up for bed. And follow my socials if you don't already. They are in the description box below, and they should pop up somewhere in the video if I remember to edit it correctly. I can't speak. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. If you couldn't see, I'm also drinking. I have Parma Violets gin in here with lemonade. This is not what I'm actually drinking tonight because I'm going on a night out. Basically, I'm filming a chat to get ready with me as I'm going clubbing tonight for my friend's birthday. She's turning 20, and my other friend's birthday is her birthday's today. She's 20 today, and we're going out. We're getting VIP and everything. Sorry, I really need to spray. I just realised how I smell, and I'll probably forget if I don't do it now. But this is what I'm drinking tonight. Something very basic, peach schnapps. It will not get me drunk. It's also very cheap, so definitely won't get me drunk. But I kind of like don't want to. I have work tomorrow. But anyway, doing a chatty get ready with me as I really need to do my makeup. Obviously, it is currently around like 7:25. My taxi's booked to go to my friend's house at 8:30, and then we're going from hers to the place with Praise. So I've got an hour to do my makeup and my hair, which is more than enough time. Except because I'm filming a chatty get ready with me, I know how long I talk. It takes me longer than that. It will take me about half an hour to do my makeup and talk at the same time. Before I get on my makeup, I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. Basically planning to have a ball. I did this in my vlog. A boy talk / drinking and doing my makeup. So boy talk one. I don't know if you remember back at the beginning of the year, I started this thing called Amelia Talks, where I just have topics to chat about. And I did a boy talk kind of thing then, but I'm doing a boy talk based on my own like experiences and stuff. I've actually written some stuff down and I'm just going to talk about it. So whilst I do that, I'm going to do my makeup, and I'm going to start with concealer. I've gone back to the Collection Lasting Perfection. If I look this way, it is because I'm looking in a mirror, because, you know. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is something that happened a year ago. Literally a year ago, by date tomorrow, by day today. It's so bad how I remember, but the only reason I remember is the day I met this guy was the day of the day before my friend's birthday, and the day of the night out for my friend's birthday, which is exactly the same friend as I'm out for tonight. So basically, I met this guy. I will not mention his name because as much as he won't watch this, people who do watch this know him. And I really don't want to like cause drama, even though there's no drama to be caused. It's just something that happened that I should have been over a long time ago, but I really wasn't. And I think I gave myself too many reasons not to be for a reason, and I'll explain that. So basically, I'll explain what happened and how it started, and then what happened during the time we were together and how it really messed with me. And it's put me off a lot of things, but maybe more cautious about a lot of things. So I met a guy on Tinder. We were talking for a few days, and then we decided to meet. And it was a really chill meeting. It wasn't like we did anything like dangerous or anything. And it wasn't like I was gonna get hurt. Like, he was really sweet, really caring, which is why I continued to talk to him, even from the time when basically he broke my heart. But so we met first time that Friday afternoon for like 2 hours, maybe less than that, and it literally, we just sat there, talked and chilled, tried to get to know each other a little bit. But it was kind of like, I didn't see anything happening from it. Like, that day I really thought, okay, that was it, not gonna see him again. And then at pre-drinks for my friend's birthday, we were talking, and whilst we were talking, it was really sweet. And then on a night out, I had to leave early because I had a busy day the next day. So I actually messaged him. I had to wait for a taxi outside his house. Well, not house, but his like halls he was staying in. So I actually messaged him saying, can you meet me downstairs and can you wait downstairs with me while I wait for the taxi? And he was really sweet and did that. And I mean, for someone who barely knew me and did that, I was really sweet with him. And we then spoke all the next day on Snapchat, all day, like from probably the time I woke up. So I got up that day and did uni work. I spent the whole day like reading, doing what I remember doing exactly what I was doing, getting prepared for the next week ahead, because at that point I was very focused on uni. And then, by the way, I just used my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder just to set that. I literally only do it under where I put the concealer because I don't want to put it all over my face. It just look horrible. Next, what do I do next? Oh, I do bronzer. The same bronzer as I always use. I really want to get a new one and try something different, but I am using Topshop in Mohawk. I've had this for years. But so we were talking like all day the next day, and then we had planned to meet on the Sunday, and we met on the Sunday. We had our first kiss, and it was kind of great. We literally got on really well, and for that whole week things were great. We were seeing each other. I went through like a really crap time during that week, and he was really sweet to me that week. And it was just like, it was great. Didn't think anything else. Didn't think at this point things were going good. And obviously when things start going good, I get worried things will not work out. I'm using my Estee Lauder blush in, yeah, it doesn't have a colour, but it's, can't even open it. Just this one I always use. So then we, like, for the whole week things were going good, and then the next week we met up again. We kept meeting up. We got really drunk one Thursday night together, and it was a bit of a mismatched, messy night, and things were kind of not shit with us. Things are still good, but if I'm honest with you, like, you could see flaws in it, and I could see things just not working out. At this point, I had met his best friend and her boyfriend and her friend, and it was really sweet. They were really nice, and, you know, nothing bad. And the weekend came, things were still going good with us. Now this is when it was reading week, and it was reading week and it was Halloween week, and that was when everything went downhill. It just kind of didn't work out. Not the, like, things were just going, it just, basically he kissed another girl. When I met this girl, we went to the cinema, and he wouldn't go to cinema because this his best friend's sister was over. So I kind of had to accept it, got really upset, and he kept reminding me we weren't in a relationship, we were like just seeing each other, whatever you want to say, which is true, we weren't exclusive or anything. I'm using my Misguided Glow Bar, but I mixed both of the colours together for my highlighter. But then, so it wasn't like, I was upset, but I had to, like, not pretend that I wasn't, but, like, get used to the fact that, like, we weren't in a relationship, we were not exclusive. But my body, I was not that kind of person. I was always the person who wanted the exclusiveness of something, and he knew that. But I kind of, at the same point, because my feelings were so strong for him, it was like, it didn't matter how much I actually, like I wanted to believe that things were going to work out, even though I probably should have believed they weren't. And what happened was then I went home on a Monday because I was too upset and I couldn't to stay there, and whilst I was home, he kissed this girl. I found out on a Tuesday, thinking all they did was kiss. You know, like, as you want to believe when you like someone. And then on Halloween night, we were all doing pre-drinks together, and he kissed her in front of me, right in front of my face. He kissed her, even though I specifically said to him in the morning I didn't want her at the pre-drinks, but he didn't listen to me, and I still forgave him through that. He even kissed his ex in front of my face, and I even forgave him for that because he was drunk, and I used that as an excuse. And then what happened is I kissed him in front of his ex, and she got pissy, and I should have seen the warning signs from that. Again, I didn't listen. And I'm just going to stop doing my makeup for a little bit just to talk about this because I feel like I keep getting put off. And then basically as time went by, things kept going, new things were going on. We had a massive argument one Monday after we went to HB, which is the gay club in Portsmouth, and I asked him straight up, what is going on with you and your ex? He was like, I'm not going to answer that because you're just going to walk out the door. So I should have got by that he was still sleeping with her. Should have got by that idea. Probably should leave. I didn't listen, and I stuck with my gut. I stuck with what my heart was telling me to do. My gut was saying leave. My heart was saying to stay. I didn't want to leave. Like, I really, really liked him. And I was falling in love with him, and it was deep. And then time went by, and basically the week before we broke up or ended whatever we were, we slept together. I lost my virginity to this guy who also, and I was playing afterwards what I'm about to say actually, I slept with this guy believing we would work. 3 days after that, we didn't talk for 3 days. He wouldn't talk to me for ages, and then we met at a party briefly, then he went home, and then he was feeling really down, went to see him on the Monday, and then, yeah, then I went home, cried, and we had a blackout. Always remember it because it was the best night, ended up being the best night of my life in this house, was that blackout, because we walked around Southsea for about 40 minutes in the dark, and I loved it. So my back is killing me. And then, during that week, I find out, whilst his best friend comes over, and she tells me, oh, he went on a date with another girl. Well, we were still seeing each other. We weren't exclusive, but still we were seeing each other, and he could have told me, like, all he had to do was say to me, yeah. And of course I've still been upset, but it would have rather heard it from his mouth than hers. I asked him what was he up to that night, and he just told me, I'm hanging out with a friend. Why lie? But anyway, then the next day I basically cried my eyes out, watched Bridget Jones' Baby with my housemate, went to bed, went to his the next day and spoke to him about it, and then, like, we kind of still decided to stick with what we were doing, because, you know, and the day after we just had a talk and decided it was better if we just ended it. He was like, I'd rather still be friends. So was I, to be fair. The reason I think I stuck with it for so long, not just because I was blinded by the love side, because I did, like, fall in love with him, but there was a side of him that I did really get on with, and that friendship was not what I wanted to lose, and that's why I was scared for it all to end. But whilst the reason it took me so long, and I would say this long to get over him, was because, so straight after we broke up, or ended what we were, I basically went home for 3 days, and once I got back here, I was basically hanging out with him every day, even though he was seeing this other girl. And it wasn't because, like, I wanted him to break up with some other girl and get back to me, because I wasn't going to let myself go back to that even if we did. It was because I still wanted that friendship when we got on really well, and we actually got on better when we ended things. And for like the whole year we hung out, but not as much after Christmas, which was probably the right thing to do, more than the other. But oh well. You know, but it took me a while because we spent a lot of time together to get over him. But I'm over him now, which is good. But I found out all through the relationship, which I was saying, whilst I willingly slept with him and lost my virginity to him, I lost my virginity to someone who was sleeping with someone else throughout the whole time we were together. So yeah, that was great. And I don't regret losing my virginity to him, but I do wish maybe I had thought about it a bit more than just sleep with him. But yeah. That was the first part of boy talk I wanted to talk about. The other part is actually a bit more deeper in my head than that, because that was a relationship, not even a relationship, something that happened, and you know what? It's time to move on. But whilst I do that, I'm going to do eyeshadow. I'm using my two Safe palettes, I'm going back to my old ones, the original one and the Extra Spice. I'm going to mix it together, I think. Oh, I left the makeup brushes over there. 1 second. Okay, I'm actually going to try eyeliner today. This is going to be fun because I'm going to fuck it up. Anyway, my next one is it's kind of a deep thing, and it's something I always think about, and I hate it because it's not something I should. And I start getting myself upset about a lot, is the fact that, like, all my friends from back home are in relationships. And you got to bear in mind, I'm 23, nearly 24. My best friend is 24. My other best friend is 22, coming 23, and she's got a kid and a husband. And all my friends are in relationships, and there's me, who's the single one, and I'm like, yeah. And I know it's not something I should get upset about, but sometimes I feel like, am I doing something wrong? Like, all my friends are in relationships, like, talking about settling down, like, thinking about a future. Not all of them are, but, like, and then my friends at uni, like, some of them are in relationships, some of them aren't, and it's kind of great. Like, my closest two friends, my two best friends, one of the one I'm going out with tonight, and the other one's just coming out with us. But, she's not birthday girl, but she's my best friend. They're not in relationships, but it is a point where, like, I've kind of had this idea, and I know I'm graduating this year, and I still feel like I've got no plan for my future, and I've got no guy. And I know I shouldn't be thinking about that because there's more to life than a guy, and I know I keep telling myself that, like, I do not need a guy to be happy. I know I don't, and I don't want to believe that, but because all my friends have him, I feel like there's a need to be in a relationship and to have a guy, and it is a bit of a horrible thing. Ooh. It is something I need to stop thinking, because it's always that, like, it's not that deep. Like, I don't need a guy. It is just a point of, I would like a guy, and it would be nice to have a guy in my life, but at the same point, I know it's not something that's simple, and I know the more you look for it, you're not going to get it. Like, I do believe once you stop looking and expecting something happens, I think I need myself to realise that sometimes I have got to realise that just because my friends are happy in relationships doesn't mean I can't be happy on my own. Like, one day I will find that guy for me, and I will be happy, and my friends will be happy for me as well, no matter what. And like, I am always happy for my friends who are in relationships. Like, I love them being happy. It is something I care most about, is my friends being happy, but it is also, it is kind of like disheartening sometimes when you know you're not the one to have it. But at the same point, I'm now thinking, I'm in final year of uni, do I really need that stress on me? No. But it would be nice to have a guy in my life. I think the amount of times I've watched people get in relationships and there's me like, hi. You know, I'm 23. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, sometimes I think in my head, am I actually doing something wrong? Like, what do I do wrong that I can't get? I'm the shyest person. And I did have someone say, you just need to go. Someone was like, maybe change your persona, be a bit slutty. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be that. That's not who I am. And I ain't going to change who I am just to eventually find a guy. Sorry, I'm trying to check my eyes out. But, like, in the same breath, it would be nice to have this kind of, that person who, you know, I could eventually say, I love you too. But that will happen eventually, so that's the way I've got to look at it. Oh. So, you know, sometimes things happen unexpectedly, and I think I definitely need to think like that more often than anything. Like, focus on my friendships more than I focus on a guy. Like, yes, a guy would be nice to have in my life, and I would love to have like someone to be with, someone to, you know, kiss. I am a person who really loves to kiss, and that's like my favourite thing, and it just feels nice. And if I had someone to do that with, I'd be happy. Like, I know it isn't gonna happen overnight, and it is something I have to be more understanding of. I don't know how I feel with this eyeshadow today. Okay, so I use a bit of this glittery colour. Like, it isn't something that just you can expect to be the most amazing thing. Sometimes it isn't, and I think you got to remember, single life can be great as well. Single life is a time where you can go and make mistakes. You can go kiss a guy and not worry what other people say, because you got no one else to make happy except yourself. I'm gonna try eyeliner today. Let's see if this works. I haven't done eyeliner in about a year, so I can't talk while doing this, so I'm really sorry. Oh, fuck's sake. It's good to bring the water. Oh, I'm gonna stop recording for a second and I'll catch up when I've done it. Okay, I've done eyeliner. It's like a bit of a mess, and if my friend says it looks bad, I'm gonna take my eyes. So I'm not gonna do my mascara until I've sent a picture to my friend. So that's not gonna be part of the chat you get over to me. But I am gonna use this mascara, which is the Rimmel Wonderful mascara. But yeah, as I was saying, relationships, as much as they're great, being single is also great, and I need to cherish that more often. And yeah, because the amount of times I've been on dates with guys that's just not really worked, and I've just not enjoyed the dates. And it's just also when you feel the pressure of hoping a date works, it just doesn't work. So but yeah, last part of this video is I'm doing my lips, and I haven't used this for a long time, so I might not like it anymore. But I'm using the Revlon Ultra HD matte lip colour in Addiction. So it's the really dark one I had. And yeah, that is my lips done, and that is my look done. So yeah. So yeah, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I do hope gave an insight on boy talk and stuff. Basically what I'm trying to say is don't let a guy like basically hurt you like the way I let a guy do it. If you can see the warning signs, it's probably best to let it go. No matter how much you love him, best to let it go. Also, if you are having boy troubles or anything, best podcast to listen to is the Sophia and Cinzia's Girl Bathroom podcast, because I've listened to about 3 episodes today because I've literally just found it so amazing and obsessed with it. So just saying, if you need something to give you some inspiration, listen to Sophia and Cinzia's podcast. But anyway, do hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a huge thumbs up if you did. Comment down below, subscribe, follow the socials, and I will see you again soon with another video.